Well, it'd be a pain in the ass for him.
All right. Welcome to Altitude Football. A pain in the ass for him was the answer to the question Sean Payton was asked earlier today about what if Davis Webb was the coach for the Raiders. Well, isn't that interesting? As the big news today is that the Broncos have departed with Joe Lombardi, wide receivers coach, Kerry Colbert, and cornerbacks coach Addison Lynch. We have all sorts of stuff to play from you from earlier today, but Joe Lombardi being fired is by far the most interesting of all the news, and I'm curious what your reaction is. You can throw it in the comments if you want. Let's go to our guy Mike Sanford for his reaction right off the bat. Coacher, wow, Joe Lombardi fired.
Woo.
What's your reaction?
Vince Lombardi, as in
it's his grandson.
I mean, what trophy were you trying to get?
What are you
the
talking
namesake? About? The namesake, right?
Oh, well, yes, that's right. You're trying to get his the trophy named after his grandfather.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know what, man? We've all. I think that Joe Lombardi's a good dude. I do. I think that Joe Lombardi has been in one of those very typical awkward spots where Sean Payton is clearly the play caller, and he is flanked by a young, good mind that is beloved by his second-year quarterback Bo Nix and Davis Webb.
Yep.
And you've got the perfect opportunity to keep Davis Webb. Now, the gazillion-dollar question, not the $1 million question.
Yeah.
Is Sean Payton gonna relinquish play calling duties to Davis Webb?
All right. Here we go.
If he does it.
Here we go.
If he does it.
Listen.
I believe
yes,
that Sean Payton currently, in terms of big picture builder of a team, think Bill Parcells, like, I don't want to say late years. Let's say Bill Parcells in the last 12 years of his head coaching career. Really good at being the adult in the room, the anti Nathaniel Hackett, right? And I'm not saying that Sean Payton has lost his fastball as an offensive play caller, but I'll tell you this. If Sean Payton does the thing, which says, I have a lot of talent right now, right underneath my nose in Davis Webb.
Yeah.
I saw it in preseason when he called the game. This quarterback group absolutely loves him.
Yep.
And I want to continue to be the best version of semi-GM, semi-big picture guy, and in-game decision maker. And Davis Webb's my offensive play caller. Broncos are going to win the Super Bowl in 2026.
How about that?
I believe that.
Well, for today, and we can play some of the audio. There's all sorts of interesting things to play from today. But I thought it was a reflective Sean today.
I did too.
Thought it was a humble Sean.
A confident Sean, though. A confident Sean.
Yeah.
Not cocky Sean. So, like Brian Kelly, when I was working for BK, he'd always say, as a program, we want to be just south of cocky, but north of confident.
Okay.
That's where I think Sean was today. And honestly, I liked it. I really liked it.
All right. Well, let me go through this then. First of all, I was shocked about the Joe Lombardi thing. Okay.
I was shocked.
Okay. So we both were shocked because to me, I thought this is just doing business. Assistants, if you do well, get other jobs. Hey, good for Davis Webb. All right. Way to go. Tough guy to replace because of his relationship with the quarterbacks and obviously a hot property. But not for 1 second did I think they would really fire Joe Lombardi for Davis Webb. And here's why. If you're going to give Davis Webb this job, you have to give him the play calling duties. Have to. He is not going to take a subservient offensive coordinator job, coach. No way. Why would he? He wouldn't take it. It wouldn't make any sense. He would, well, the head coaching thing, my God, but he would just wait for an offensive coordinator job, which he would get here relatively shortly. So why is Sean Payton, if we're going to go down this road, why do you think Sean Payton would be willing to give up play calling duties?
Oh, gosh. Do you think a little bit today that Sean was reflective about 4th and 1, more so than maybe normal Sean?
No doubt. You want me to play that? I got that right here.
Let's play that entire clip because I think it's important as it relates to this new conversation that we're having.
It's a little bit long, but here we go.
That's okay.
Now, specifically to the 4th down call, I don't know which is the greater regret. The decision is certainly the play call. Back in the good old days, you used to be able to get a measurement. All right. And there was something about a measurement that did two things. I knew he was short, and when you look at the film, he was actually a little shorter than they marked it. But it also buys you time to think of the call you want. So we used the timeout, and I think probably what irks me more is the call more than the decision. It's still early in the game now, and we knew there was going to be flurries. Well, we have a new feel for flurries here, or what can change at the base of a mountain. But that, there are those moments where, that you wish you had back.
Hey.
Okay, so in light, I'm not trying to speculate that Sean Payton himself is evaluating two faces of his own self, but I'm going to go there because we just got new information in the last 3 hours that we didn't have at the time of this decision. Well, of the post-mortem press conference from Sean Payton, of which that was one of my favorite versions of Sean Payton. That was clarity, man. That was real. That was introspective. I've sat down with some really smart people, probably Greg Penner, talk about, and I can see leadership style wise of Greg Penner. It's not, hey, Sean, you need to do this. That's not Greg Penner. He's brilliant. And he respects Sean. And he knows what Sean has done for this franchise. Maybe it's more like, who are your best coaches? Who are your best assistants? What do they do for you? What do you do well? And, I have maintained this whole season after a full 3 seasons, but now 2 years of Sean Payton without Russell Wilson, right? I've maintained that the best thing that Sean Payton does is actually what his title is, head coach. Sean Payton just broke down and evaluated his two roles. Head coach, I like the decision. All right. Play caller, I didn't like that play caller. So what does that potentially open up the door for? I'm really good at this big picture thing. I'm really good at being the adult in the room that clearly Nathaniel Hackett wasn't. Yeah. And we learned today that Sean Payton still wants to make sure that everybody knows, hey, what was here before this year, right? Or before these 3 years, especially this year. Right. It was 2022 and it was right. Nathaniel Hackett. Yeah. Sean, I didn't think it was possible that Sean Payton would give up play calling offensively. But I think if Sean wants to get his Bill Parcells on for the remaining, we'll say 12 years of his head coaching career, it would behoove him to give that role over to somebody that he respects, that he trusts, and that has earned the right within league circles, but more importantly for Sean, within the building and the quarterback room. And that's Davis Webb, man.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. I think listen, we are speculating about Davis Webb right now. That's not official that he's going to be the offensive coordinator, but you got to make room for him. And, the Dolphins weren't going to fire Mike McDaniel, and then John Harbaugh became available, and then Mike McDaniel was out of a job.
Right.
Now, as it turns out, Harbaugh decided to go in a different direction, but you got to give yourself a fighting chance.
Right.
And I do understand Greg Penner sitting down and being like, well, wait a second. If this guy is so good, why are we letting him leave? And then, it's looking at Joe Lombardi and what exactly do you do here? And then you got to look at that fourth down thing. That's going to live forever. We'll sort of remember the Stidham fumble, the backward pass. I mean, that'll always be there. We'll remember that. Oh man, it was a really
the game is going to go down to not the chest pass, not the backward lateral, but the decision.
The decision
and the play call.
And the play call. It's two things.
Right.
And you can hear from Sean. He would have made the same decision. He would have called a different play. It does make me wonder.
Or what he said today would open up the door for, he would allow somebody whose mind was fully fixated on calling the right play.
That's right.
To actually call the play.
And that's where I was going to go, because I don't know exactly what Joe Lombardi's role is. I want to say he is in charge of the running game, by the way. And
I think that's Zach Strief.
Is it Zach Strief? It's not Joe Lombardi. Zach Strief does both. He does offensive line and running game.
I think that so my read as a coach.
Let me look this up. Go ahead.
My read as a coach is that O-line coach is responsible for run game when the play caller is responsible for the pass game, Sean Payton. Joe Lombardi is the guy that has been around Sean, that knows Sean, that educates everybody else that hasn't been around Sean for the last 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years, like Joe Lombardi has, how he operates, what he needs. And I think he was a good glue guy. I actually think Joe Lombardi's a good dude, man.
Oh, definitely.
I think that I would love to be able to sit down and share libations at an Italian pub. They don't exist, but an Italian pub with Joe Lombardi. I would, man. But when we had the Joe Lombardi pressers for the last 2 years, 3 years, what did we all say?
That's a joke. Oh, I said it's a joke. You can say whatever you want, but
it's more like, what are we really doing here?
Why do we care what this guy thinks about anything?
Yeah.
What does it matter?
It's kind of it's almost it was a monarchical type of a position, right? It felt like a monarchy. Like you are the queen or the king in name only, but you're not actually making parliamentary decisions in the UK.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not opposed to having a setup that helps Sean be the best version of himself. I just think that they were slow getting play calls in this year.
Okay.
I think there was an issue between Bo Nix and Sean Payton during the season.
Yep, I agree.
That existed.
I agree.
And I think that was rooted in a communication issue between the two of them. I do think this too. I think Bo is, first of all, I think the quarterback room is amazing. And Ellinger, Stidham, Nix, and Davis, I think are very close. And that's a positive. That's a real positive.
It's a real thing.
It's a good environment to be in. And I don't think Sean's really a big part of that, but that's fine. That's not that big of a deal. And then when you see like Sean a couple years ago, remember, I couldn't read the play. I need glasses. And then I like to be around young people because, it's like driving in the rain. He just said that a couple years ago. Weeks ago.
Why would Sean not want somebody to teach him what 6, 7 men, right? Like he needs that guy or those people in his life.
As the head coach and the manager of things, it's not like he can't overrule a play caller any damn time he wants. He's the head coach.
Right.
He can overrule anybody. He can overrule VJ on defense or Rizzi on special teams. You're still the head guy.
Yeah.
And I wonder if this is what Greg Penner was saying to Sean. Like, hey, Sean, I ran Walmart. I wasn't stocking aisle 3. I mean, other people were taking care of that stuff. At some point, it's okay to become the CEO. Now, bigger picture, Sean's got 2 years left on his contract. He's 62 turning 63, so he'll be 64 turning 65. The one thing we know about Sean, and he talked about it today, and Dre Greenlaw said it, is, hey, Sean, different than Kyle Shanahan, really grinds out those practices. And
6 days,
is true.
6 days on, 1 off.
Dude, I mean, he's not lying. I mean, Christmas was a Thursday. It's Thursday.
And you know what?
Christmas. Sean Payton basically said, he goes, I didn't know it was New Year's Eve. Thanksgiving. Oh, I hope that turkey's ready at 4 because we're practicing today.
DMac, what is the one aspect of Sean Payton that you have observed about his leadership style and how he has run the organization?
Grinder.
And every detail.
Yeah, meticulous.
Yes, you said it. Yeah. Meticulous. About what though?
It's mountains out of molehills sometimes.
But it's like the travel schedule. It's the day-to-day. It's the schedule of our players. It is training camp. It is how we do a joint practice. Me and myself and Jonathan Gannon have been going back and forth about how we're going to run this
Dude,
practice.
Coach, they had a meeting about the footballs on the mobile footballs, like the Jumbotron Thunder Vision. They had I'm not saying Sean was part of that, but there literally was a meeting after he said what he said. He coached the crowd multiple times
the entire year
when to cheer. Like, I mean, this is
and it worked. It worked.
Yeah, sure. But like, this is going to drive you nuts, Sean. It's going to drive everybody else nuts. And yeah, maybe you aren't as laser focused on calling the plays because there's a million other things going on in your mind. And like the fact that he even noticed the football thing or, whatever on the Thunder Vision was mind blowing to me. Like, how is that even on your radar? And I know Gary Kubiak, when he was here, one of the accusations of Kubes is that he was too focused on just one thing. Like he wasn't aware of like everything else. I'll give you a great Kubiak story. They put the Lombardi trophy in the locker room and they eventually took it out because they thought it was a distraction because it was the next year's team. Kubiak hadn't realized it had been placed in the locker room, Coach. He didn't even know it was in there. Now, Sean would never let anything like that pass him by. No way, no how. So Kubiak was kind of laser focused, maybe even a little bit too much just on the things that he was doing, where Sean is kind of laser focused, Coach, on what? Everything? You can't do that. And you're going to let things slip. And when ultimately you got outcoached by Vrabel, because let's face it, I'll give you 2 examples where Vrabel outcoached him. The 4th down, you're calling a timeout, you're tipping your hand, Coach. You're telling Vrabel, I ain't running the ball. I'm doing something different here. They knew it. I'll give you another one. The interception to end the game. You substituted too late. And what did Vrabel do? He took his 2 fattest defensive linemen and had them slow trot out onto the field, which is a brilliant coaching move. Like, I think this is all working together. I feel bad for Joe Lombardi. I'm sure he did nothing wrong.
He did nothing wrong. And like I stand by the fact, Joe Lombardi, I know you're listening right now. Huge altitude football listener, watcher, all the things. Let's get together, man. Let's go to I'll invite you down to downtown Littleton. We'll go to Jake's Beer Bar. Jake's Beer Garden, and we'll have a frosty. I'd love to talk football with you. Okay. And I know this is not your doing. You did nothing wrong. I've been fired too for doing, frankly, nothing wrong. Okay. I've won 9 games in a college football season, which means 9-3, and I got fired because you had to make room for somebody else. In my case, I got the job at the University of Minnesota as the offensive coordinator because the original guy left to go to Penn State. Penn State and James Franklin fired that guy, and then that guy wanted to come back 2 years later. Guess who's the guy who ended up getting fired because of it and moving his family? Right here, this guy. It happens. It's
not fair.
It's not fair. It sucks. It's awful, but it's reality. It's business, right? And the thing that I've learned is that, in big business, if you want to be good, DMac, at something, you've got to make some of these types of decisions. And you know what? Good on Sean. Good on Sean. And really good on Sean if he is able to realize,
we'll see,
that he got out-coached in the AFC Championship at home by a head coach that had zero play calling responsibilities in Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel made zero. You know what Mike Vrabel did do during that game?
What?
He clicked over from defense, talking to Zach Cure, the interim defense coordinator, to talking to Josh McDaniels. And he said, Josh, I know you got your flea flicker completed. Run the ball. Josh, stop throwing it. Josh, stop throwing screens. Josh, stop being cute. Josh, run the ball or you're fired. Because I've been on those calls. And you know what? Was Mike Vrabel right in that moment, in that game? He was very right.
All right, we have two big things to cover. But we're getting a note from Mark Mosier, watching you guys from start. Where's Mosier? He's up in like Ottawa or something, right?
No, I think he's in. He's up in Alaska probably right now.
He's in the Northwest Province.
Where's he might be in Saskatchewan. He's a rough rider right now.
Feels like major. First of all, hey Moj. Feels like major life change for Sean. But if it's all to keep Webb, then he better keep him. Can't make this move unless you're sure you can keep Webb because it looks too desperate. Well, Moj, I agree. Now, if he is offered the head coaching job of the Raiders, there's nothing you can do. But in my opinion, this is an attempt to try to keep him. And without doing this, you'd have no chance of keeping him, in my opinion. So I feel you, Moj. But if he can really go from a quarterback coach at age 30 or whatever he is to a head coach, God bless him. Like, that is amazing. It is much more logical, coach, much more logical that he spends a couple years as an offensive coordinator. In all honesty, if I'm Greg Penner and you're really that good and we got Bo Nix for the next decade, why wouldn't I want Davis Webb to just succeed Sean Payton? And we just keep rolling.
Let's turn over a rock that may have already been turned over. Does ownership talk to Bo Nix?
I think ownership is. I think Greg Penner has a good relationship with Bo Nix. I don't think he has to talk to Bo Nix to understand what his relationship is with Davis Webb. So I would say Bo's not being brought into a meeting, but Bo's doing laps, according to Sean Payton, on his, scooter, his, ankle scooter, and Greg Penner's there all the time. There's a close relationship with Penner, Kerry Walton, and Greg Penner with the players. Like, Mike, they know. Like, this isn't, I don't think you have to close the door and you got some sort of owner who doesn't know. You know your team. So some things I don't think you have to talk about. You just know.
DMac, what changed with Davis Webb in the last 24 hours?
Well, he got a second interview with the Raiders, my friend.
Yeah, which is called what?
Oh, you're getting a job.
No, it's called what in the workforce?
You're killing me. Am I?
It starts with an L, ends with an average.
Oh, leverage. I got that. I'd have been smarter if you said it was a Colts play.
And Darren, serious businesses, serious organizations, serious radio stations, when they have good people and they have a chance to lose them because somebody else wants them, what do?
And on that note, let me play this from Journey Spice, and we'll get back to those other two interesting things.
There's a world of flavor out there, and to find it, you have to take the journey. Journey Spice Company handcrafts the most premium spice and seasoning blends that have no sugar, no salt, are certified USDA organic, non-GMO, vegan-friendly, and always planet-friendly. You are going to love serving amazingly delicious creations while knowing you helped reduce single-use plastics. Make sure to search for Journey Spice Company on Amazon today.
Journey Spice, thank you. You can save yourself 10% by using the coupon code 2026playoffs. There's Mike, wise guy. And you can see everything inside of Journey Spice. We love Journey Spice. Thank you, Journey Spice. Thank you, Ann and Rosa. Do yourself a favor and order some Journey Spice today. By the way, Moj has chimed back in Ottawa. He's in Ottawa, just to let you know. All right, a couple quick things before we wrap it up here tonight from today. These are both a little bit long, but let's start with Bo Nix's injury. This is really interesting. Again, it's a little bit longer, but you'll appreciate this.
But is there any concern that Bo has had several ankle surgeries? And
no, and make understand that was in jest, and I'm going to stop trying to be funny. That's my. I'm going to stop trying to be funny. That's. I think what was found though, what was a condition that was like predisposed right at that they always find a little bit more when they go in, and it wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when. So it wasn't. Because when you look at the play and you're trying to evaluate it, he said, the doctor, operating surgeon, said that this was going to happen sooner than later. Now you go about the rehab, proper orthotics, all those things, but he's been one of those players that I would say has been available. There were others in that draft class that weren't as available. So I think the rehab coming off of this will be strong. But the news that was something the way it was explained, that it was coming sooner than later.
Okay, by the way, I didn't catch initially the Michael Penix shot right there about, there's guys in the class that were available and those who weren't. He was talking about Penix right there. I didn't even catch that first time around. But concern level that it was going to be sooner than later. This was going to happen anyways. It was just a matter of time.
Concerning
right?
level 7. I know everybody loves talking about Michael Penix Jr.'s knees. Availability is availability. And when was Bo not available? In what game for the Broncos in the last 10 years? The biggest one. The biggest one.
Turns out. And if you remember the play, it was a cut. It was a non-contact injury. Had nothing to do with him running too much. I mean, you run in football. Seriously, Go back and watch it. We diagnosed it. We looked at it. We're like, oh wow, that was just planting his right foot and moving up the field. That was nothing.
There was, whether it was a pre-existing surgery, whether it was a plate, whether it was just degenerative ankles, there's something, right?
It's something.
And I think, I don't know. I believe there was some semblance of knowledge that this was looming within the building.
I bet you're right. I bet you're right. Don't forget, Bo had some surgery last year at the end of the season.
Clean up.
The old cleanup stuff. No big deal. Yeah.
You know what though? I'll tell you this. I would much rather have my quarterback get a cleanup surgery after 15 to 20 games than the Michael Penix Jr. situation.
Yes, of course.
And
I'll give you this too. Listen, I hope Bo is fine, but to me, hearing that today was alarming. Like, that's not what I expected, nor did I really want to hear. I'll tell you this, Jake Butt, who's a great guy, his body just could not take the rigors of the NFL, meaning he only had so many football snaps in his life. Coach, his body was it's just the way his body was. Nothing he could do about it, nothing for his training. It just, some bodies are just built for so many reps, right? That's it. That's just the way it goes. And I feel bad for Jake on that because it shortened his football career. I just hope this is not the same for Bo.
Yeah.
I really, really hope that is not the case.
I don't think so. Darren, if as much as it pains me to say that Bo Nix's ankles, which may have been known about pre-existing, surgically repaired last year, ticking time bomb, how many players in the history of football, especially the quarterback position, have we heard of their career being cut short by ankle?
None
Never.
that I can recall.
So I'm okay with Bo's ankles. Okay.
Okay.
I'm okay. So with the surgery done, what was it? 5 days ago, right? It was roughly January 22nd. Surgery was done.
Yeah.
I want to see his plates removed in the next 5 months. That's more important than anything else. If he had a plate put there, get it out of there. And
well, maybe Izzy will put that on Instagram. I don't know. I don't know how else you're going to find that evidence.
DMac,
hey Bo, I'd like to see your plate.
DMac, you throw shade at Izzy. You're actually throwing shade at me.
Okay.
So,
all right, I was just having fun. Listen, I'm just trying to be funny. You know,
it's a joke. So,
I understand that was in jest, and I'm going to stop trying to be funny.
I'm going to try to stop being funny. All right, I got one last.
I'm just trying to be funny. Oh gosh.
All right. I got one last one for you. By the way, I got a double good question on this one.
Yep. You had a good day today, Darren.
Your boy got a double good
You've
question.
had some bad days. Today was a good day.
All right, here we go.
Coach, how will you go about improving the run game?
Great question. I stepped into Zach's office yesterday. I said, look, there's probably a series of answers to that what we're doing. I feel like we're far enough along with the RPOs and some of that, but when we want to run it under center and control a game, we've been able to do it a few times, but not as much as I'd like, I think, and so that'll be an important study, and with urgency, and then also with the runners who are we asked. Losing J.K. Obviously is a tough loss. He brought a lot to the locker room, more than you would know, but that'll be one of the points of emphasis that I think that we research and look into heavily. I want to play from the gun, but I also will always want to play with a two-back or multiple tight end mindset. Have that flexibility, and it's a good question. I think it's one of the key things we have to do this offseason.
Good question, but that's it. That's the riddle they have to solve this offseason, Coach. That's the biggest riddle.
Yeah. I got this feeling over the last 3 years, and then looking back at Sean Payton's history of play calling, Sean actually likes the run game more when he likes his runner more. That's a weird statement, right? Like when I was at Stanford under Jim Harbaugh, and he was developing a identity and philosophy of bully football, right? Bully ball. Jim Harbaugh liked the running game more than he liked whatever happened O-line, tight end, running back wise, right? Mm-hmm. It was like, it was stubborn. It was bullheaded. It's why Greg Roman has been his offensive play caller for much of his professional career as a head coach. Is Greg Roman's an O-line guy. He's a run game guy. And you practice that way. You live that way. You make decisions that way. So I accused Sean Payton in this iteration of the Denver Broncos earlier this week of saying, okay, I don't think that the Broncos developed a real deeply rooted belief in the run game, irregardless of circumstances. And that's what cost them in the AFC Championship game in bad weather. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think that Sean Payton likes running the football insofar as he has a running back that he trusts as a runner that makes good things happen.
Yeah.
So George Payton, Greg Penner, we'll find out who's the play caller, right? We'll find out. If you want this thing to go right, you got to go out and help get the right guy. Because Sean's going to be the head coach of this thing. And if you get Breece Hall,
okay,
J.K. Dobbins is a $2.5 million back.
Mm-hmm. Fine. Good.
And
RJ Harvey.
You solved your.
Is Breece Hall a free agent?
Yep.
How's his health?
17 games last year, 16 games the year before, 16 games the year before.
Okay.
Healthy as all get out.
Free agent. Free agent. Not restricted, free agent.
Free agent.
It's gonna run you
10.
You think that's it?
10 to 11.
You gotta do 20 for 2 years.
Let's go 11. Let's go 11 for Breece Hall, which this will be his 5th year.
Yeah.
Let's go 2.5 for JK.
JK. And RJ is RJ.
RJ is he's in a 2nd round contract.
Yeah, and Tyler Bidet and Jaleel McLaughlin. Hey man, it's been cool. We'll see you. Or practice.
Jaleel is gone. Sorry. Bidet is gone. Bidet is gone.
Yeah.
And Jaleel is in and out of practice squad. Cool. Whatever.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Let's go.
And you wouldn't be paying top 3 running back money. You'd be paying top 7 running back money.
I absolutely, positively love that game plan. They've got the money to do it because they don't have the Russ money anymore. They could easily afford that. And you could still pay Alex Singleton. You'd probably say goodbye to John
Do you really want to pay Alex Singleton?
Wow. Would you rather pay Justin Strnad?
Strnad and Greenlaw, and then maybe go draft an inside linebacker.
Would you really rather do that? Got to pay one of them. Got to pay Strnad or Singleton. It's got to be one of them.
Singleton
you wouldn't have to pay Strnad nearly as much as Singleton.
Singleton asked for $35 million yesterday or 2 days ago. $35 million. Yep.
35 for 5.
He said, "I want the entirety of the Russ Wilson contract."
Right. That was
tongue in cheek. It was funny.
All right. Yeah, that was a joke. Okay.
So for people that are questioning Breece Hall,
I don't know about Singleton, bro. Singleton's a big locker room vibes guy, dude. He is big in that department.
Yep.
I don't know, man.
I love Alex Singleton is awesome. How will he be in 2027 and 2028?
Oh man, tough conversation.
Very tough.
Tough conversation.
So
by the way, that is an awesome spot to draft a 30 inside linebacker at 30. Like
awesome.
That's a great spot.
Or a tight end.
Sure, and but you get the draft after free agency, right?
You know where Sean's got a mandate: pay free agent running back Breece Hall, and then draft either receiver or tight end in the 1st round.
Impact player, though.
It's time to be selfish.
Oh, for sure. By the way, I wanted to ask George Payton a question. I was in the queue, and they wrapped it up before I could. But my question was going to be, you got 5 plays out of Jahdae Barron. Considering in the last game, considering you're in a championship window now, don't you feel you have to draft in the 1st round an impact player no matter what? And I wanted to put George Payton on the record on that one. And they I did not get past the microphone, Coach, but I'd be curious what he would say because the first round ain't about development, bro.
Who got the last two questions? Who were the people?
Oh, I don't even know.
Was it BK?
No.
Was it Luca? Evan?
I have no idea. I don't remember. It wasn't me. That's who it wasn't.
Was it Kisla?
Kisla wasn't there.
Kliss
asked. Kliss was good. Kliss asked Sean about. I don't have it handy here, unfortunately, but he asked about Greenlaw, and it got Sean to throw Nathaniel Hackett under the bus,
which was awesome. This was my favorite moment.
I'm sorry I don't have it. I had it, but it's on another computer. Gosh darn it, I screwed that up.
Yeah,
but it was hysterical because he was like, "Yeah, I could give Greenlaw and then Sutton Wednesdays off. Yeah, that kind of makes sense, but it ain't gonna be like 2022.
Nope.
Or 23 was
22.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be like 22.
22. DMac 22 was a tough year for wins and losses in football in the state of Colorado.
Sorry. Yes, you were part of that.
Yeah.
All right. Wrapping this up. What a day! Unexpected news out of the Broncos. Very unexpected. And I think tomorrow or maybe Thursday, Greg Penner talks, and that'll be interesting too to hear from Greg Penner. And it'll be fascinating to hear from Penner what process he goes through. Like, how do you hold these guys accountable for what you do? That's what I'm curious about. And if you want to go on the record.
Darren, let's put a percentage, the DMac percentage on Sean Payton not being the primary offensive play caller in 2026. What is it? Right now.
That he's not going to be it?
Yep.
Tonight, it's 60%.
I agree with that.
If Davis Webb is hired, it's like 99.9%. But in my opinion.
I agree with
right now, at this moment, it's 60%. Because even if Davis Webb doesn't get hired, it still is a sign that Sean Payton may move on to a little bit of a different role and whoever they bring in, because they're going to have to attract an offensive coordinator, right? You're not just going to get Sean Payton's assistant now. You're going to be hiring a real offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And by the way, you're going to be hiring a quarterback's coach too. So you got to get some whoopee in there for, Bo Nix. I mean, there's got to be somebody. And good for Davis Webb, man, because he had to navigate Russell Wilson, and then he segued very nicely into Bo Nix, and Stidham was kind of the glue that hung in there. Hey, by the way, real last thought. First time that I was standing like kind of next to Sam Ehlinger, dude's short. And for me to call a dude that's short, it's like, whoa. So nice, seems like a nice enough guy, but that's a short dude. So I don't know what special talents he has that everybody is liking Sam Ehlinger, but height ain't one of them. So, yeah, City for the backup next year too. I don't need midget quarterbacks, dude. How about that? How about that for a takeaway?
I mean, my high school quarterback has 4 inches on every quarterback in the Broncos organization right now. So whatever.
Oh, that's so funny. All right, brother. What a day.
Yep.
What a day. Mosher is sending me this. That's a great question. Mosher born in Ottawa.
Where is Mark Mosher?
He's in Ottawa.
Where has he been the last 20 days? Is he alive? Is he?
Who knows? He's in a snowbank somewhere.
Should we have?
They got Riker jumping in snowbanks. I mean, listen, I got to give it to our altitude hockey guys. These guys have fun wherever they are, man. I got to give it to them. They have a good time all of the time, and they make the most of it. So I give them credit. All right, bro, I got to run. I'm going down to the Nuggets game tonight against the first place Detroit Pistons. Really exciting team. Cade Cunningham, first team All-Star. And
Los Pistones.
Yeah, I'm going to get down there for it. All right, homeboy, any last thoughts? Quick ones?
There's been a couple comments here about my candidacy. Let's see it real quick. Let's see here. There it is. Coach, hey, Sanford, apply for Broncos OC position. Coach Sanford, SANDFORD, new OC. Yeah, my phone has been pretty quiet from the Broncos brass. So I don't know that I'm going to be the new offense coordinator for the Denver Broncos.
But you do have a 6'6" quarterback who's going to go into his junior year of high school.
Correct. And I also, if the Broncos, if they confront me, I'll say, can I keep my job with Altitude Sports Radio? Can I keep my job with CBS 4? Can I keep my job with 9 News? And most importantly, can I keep a job with Valor Christian? If so, I will come and be your quarterback coach for the Denver Broncos.
It's great to see that you got your priorities.
Understand that was in jest, and I'm going to stop trying to be funny. I'm going to stop trying to be funny. That's